All right, guys, I'm out here messing with my car today, but I thought I would do a quick video for a subscriber I have. I had actually, in a video like a week ago, I think, maybe 2 weeks ago, I don't remember. My days are running together. I had mentioned pinning my doors and pinning my trunk lids, so when I go to bolt them on the car, I'll know exactly where they need to go. He was wanting more information. Sorry, I do not remember your name, but anyway, so I thought I'd do just a quick video, and that way I can pretty much show you what I mean by it. So pinning the door hinges and the deck lid, this is what I do. I've seen lots of different guys do different ways. This is just how I do it. I go to Lowe's or Home Depot, wherever, and get a long stick of 1/4-inch steel bar. It's just solid steel bar, and it's, I don't know, it's like 3 foot long or something. Anyway, I'll buy one of those, and then I'll cut some sections out, and then I'll kind of sharpen the ends a little bit with the grinder. It doesn't have to be, needle point or anything. You just need to sharpen it so it's easier to go down in the holes. But once you get your doors aligned to your body on your car during mock-up, you spend a lot of time lining up a door. And in my case, I gapped my car. So it's like I made the door gaps on this car. So I wanted them doors to go back on there exactly where they needed to be. So after I got everything adjusted, I took a drill bit, which if you do the doors on a Tri-5 Chevy, you're gonna have a long drill bit, which I got it, I think, at Lowe's. And it was only like $7 or $8, I think. But anyway, it is 1/4-inch as well. So anyway, the pockets in your door where your bolts goes way down in there on the top one. The bottom one isn't so deep, but you still need that long drill bit to do it. But anyway, you'll drill into your hinge and then you'll drill into your door. And because there's a plate inside your door that's in a cage and it moves around. So be sure and drill 2 in each hinge, because even if you got the pin in one, the other end can still move around. So I do 2, and then pretty much, after you get your rods done, they just pretty much, I can put them right in there, which I've got a little bit of paint buildup in here. I'm gonna have to run my drill bit in there to clean all the paint out of it. But anyway, that's how you can pin your doors. And that way, when everything's painted and buffed, you go to hang your doors on there, you stick them pins in there, it's exactly where it needs to be. So, like, leave the pins in it, bolt that thing down tight, and then pull your pins out. Now, sometimes when you go to take the pins out, you might have to clamp vice grips on there to kind of sit there and pull it back and forth to get it out. Now, here's another tip I'm going to give you, and this is very, very important. If you're in mock-up stage and you're hanging your doors to pre-fit, be sure and load your doors. And I mean load it with the parts that are going to go in that door, like your window, your wing window assembly, your window tracks, your mechanism, all that stuff needs to be in that door. Now, you don't have to bolt it in there. You don't have to bolt it all in. Just lay it down in the bottom of the door in the general area that it's going to go in that door. That way you have the weight of it. Because if you hang a bare, empty skin door and you pin it, and you hang it back on there and you bolt all the parts in, you're going to notice it's hanging down just a little bit more in the back because of the weight. So be sure and preload your doors first. Now, when you pin your door hinges, you're not going to see these, because when the door panel goes on the door, you don't see any of that opening of that for them doors. Now, I pinned my deck lid, and you will see these 2 holes in each hinge on it. But I was planning on building some covers. I've actually started on one. I've got the templates cut out of construction paper, and I've got one piece cut out of steel. But I got a lot of work to do, and some welding and drilling and tapping and all that stuff. And it's something that I'm going to do later. I'm not going to worry about it right now. So I'm not worried about 2 holes in my trunk hinges. But this is the main reason you need a long 1/4-inch drill bit. See how far down there that hinge is down in there? So, that drill bit's got to be pretty long to reach down in there. This one's not so deep, but it is still kind of deep. But like I said, when you get the door panel on, you don't see those where you drilled the holes. So it just makes it kind of nice. But anyway, I'm not the world's leading expert on building these cars, but I got asked about the pinning, and so I just thought I would do a video to explain it a little bit more so it's easier to understand. Now, here's another thing I did on the car. After I got the doors adjusted, the strikers on these cars are a pain in the butt. A little bit is a big difference on these cars on how the door closes nice. So once you have fresh paint, when you go to put your strikers on, they have these little like shark teeth claw things on the back of. They will chew the shit out of your paint. And they're basically designed to where they bite into the metal and they won't let it move. So, you know, if you're trying to adjust, you just like throw it on there and you're trying to adjust it. By the time you're done, you may end up with some scratches that may be visible on the edge of it once it's bolted in where you need it. So what I did was I used a digital caliper after I had it in there and where I wanted it, and I used some key points, like I think I used the corner of this or maybe the hole for that. I don't remember, but I did a measurement down to it, and then I measured straight off of it from the side of the car, top and bottom, and I wrote it down on a piece of paper. I like drew the striker and drew the screws, and I did all the measurements, and they're actually hanging up on my wall for passenger side and driver side up above my charger there to the left of my compressor. So now when I go to hang my doors, I'll stick the pins in it, and then when I go to put my striker in, I'll get that paper, I'll get my digital caliper, and I will have it probably in about 99% of the ballpark. I doubt I get lucky enough that, you know, it's going to go perfect, but who knows, maybe it will, but no, my luck it won't. Now, totally unrelated to pinning door hinges and trunk hinges is another little tip I'm going to give that is kind of helps get you through. If you're putting new quarter panels on your 55 like I did, you have to drill all your holes out. Now, I learned a long time ago when I lowered one down real low and I had some 18-inch wheels on the back that like when you go to pull into a parking lot or something, if it's on an incline and you go to pull in, your rear end kind of articulates a little bit. And what happened was the studs for the clips for the trim chewed up my sidewall of my tire. So when I done this car, I didn't even drill any holes right here for trim clips because I don't want them getting into my tires. So I just have them to here and then from there to there. But after I mocked up the trim and got it exactly where the clips and the slid into the back of the trim where I wanted them, I outlined the clips with a Sharpie pen on the back of the trim, because obviously you're not going to see it. But you can see my little Sharpie mark right there, and then there's another one there, and they go all the way down. So anyway, after you restore your trim and get the inserts painted and all that stuff, and you go to put your trim on, I can slide my clips in there and line them up with the marks, and they'll go right on the car where they need to be. So very, very simple thing for mock-up stage that, you know, if you're trying to get your car put together, it'll just make life so much simpler. Now, here's another little thing I'll give you. If you're a 55 owner, and to say you may not know this. I know lots of people, lots of guys that mess with these cars know this, but some people may not. Your upper paint divider here, which is this one, this piece here, which I have the wrong side in my hand, but this is for the other side. Your upper paint divider here, they are different for a hardtop than a sedan. So don't try to put some off a four-door on your two-door hardtop, or it's going to look funny, because the sedans are longer than the hardtop. So if you put a sedan on a hardtop, it basically makes your quarter molding trim go down further, so it'll be going at an angle. So keep that in mind, and don't get bit there. But it's easy for somebody to make a mistake, because say you go to a swap meet and you're looking for paint dividers for your 55 sedan, and you don't know that they're different lengths. You know, it could bite you in the butt. But anyway, just thought I would help out and, you know, show it on a video. And, you know, some guys already do this. It's no big secret. It's just something that I've done, and, you know, it might help somebody out. I also did Sharpie marks on my lower paint divider. So if you're trying to find these in a catalog to buy new, there is upper paint dividers and lower paint dividers for 55. These are your uppers. These are your lowers. These are really for two-tone paint jobs, which originally I was going to two-tone this car, so I drilled holes to mount these. Now I'm just doing a single black color, so I wish I wouldn't have drilled the holes, but I'm going to have to put them on now anyway. But in the event, when I get tired of the solid black and I go back and take some pieces off and sand it down to redo the two-tone, my paint dividers are already done. So anyway, guys, I'm going to get back to work. Hope it helps somebody out. Thanks for watching.